Hey guys, it's G. Let's talk about making cells that look like they glow. Today I'm going to be using this pouring medium that I got from my friends at Artbox Supplies. This is a new locally manufactured pouring medium in Egypt, and it's also a paint conditioner, so it kind of behaves like float roll, not just like a pouring medium. I'll be using this in my cell activator today, alongside pillow paint, that's regular low sheen house paint, as well as Arteza's premix colors. Okay? So if you're brand new to acrylic pouring, this technique that you saw in the beginning is called the bloom. It was created by an Australian artist called Shelley. Her page is Shelley Art. I have taken her course personally, but the thing is, the supplies that she uses in her original recipe are all unavailable to me and can't be shipped to Egypt. So I've had to, with help from people in the group, as well as some friends, figure out some alternative recipes that still work. So this layer that you see first is the regular house paint. You want to use a sheen that is not glossy, but also not matte, so satin or eggshell usually work best. This layer can come out of the tub if it's runny enough, but for me I have to water it down a little just so it flows. What you're seeing here might be a tad too thick, but it's still gonna work. So after spreading it around, a good idea is to also tip it over the edge, not just up to the edge, so it can freely flow over the edge. That will help you get an even spread when you create a pattern in the middle. Now, the trick here is to start with semi-transparent or transparent neon paints. And you have to do this over a white background, because it being semi-transparent, the white will actually cut through as you blow out the pattern in a bloom. So I'm gonna stack my neon pink, and on top of that I'm gonna go in with a little bit of mid-yellow, and then in the middle you're gonna want more opaque colors for your cell activator to sit on. So I'm going with forest green and a little neon blue. Neon blue, by the way, from Arteza is actually opaque. It's not transparent like the other neon colors. And on top of it, I'm gonna add my cell activator, which is just the Rowney titanium white, and my pouring medium from Artbox Supplies. And it's very exciting that this pouring medium actually gets a cell activator reaction, because as you might know, we don't get any float roll or any paint conditioners in Egypt. So I'm gonna start layering the white cell activator on top. And if you don't know, a cell activator is actually distinct from the generic use of cells, because cells are actually often done with silicone oil, whereas here we don't even need an oil sometimes if there's a paint conditioner in the medium that you're using for the cell activator. So essentially what we're doing is we're pushing the white paint across, and it eventually sinks through the colors to create this lacing pattern. And sometimes when you get a little blot of white in the middle, you want to go in with a straw, very gently sort of caress the paint around until you start getting the reaction. So you can already see the yellows and the neon pink together are creating this glowing effect that's cutting through the blues and the forest green. We'll go in for a close-up now and look at how our bloom pattern looks before the spin. Very cool, very cool. Yeah, I like this a lot. The glowing effect, you can see it very clearly. The contrast between the very light and dark colors, both in the neon colors and the sea green, and the white against the sea green. You'll notice the neon blue gave the white a little bit of tint, and that's very common when you use a white cell activator. So now let's spin this and see what we wind up with. That looks interesting, but I'm seeing some spots. Yeah, do you see that top corner? The paint isn't really running correctly, so we're gonna, you could add more pillow paint and it'll help it flow over the edge. So I'm just gonna touch up these corners with extra paint to help it flow, and then we'll give it another spin. Yeah, look at that. That's very interesting. One more spin. So while I have you guys here, if you haven't checked out our acrylic pouring group on Facebook, it's called Acrylic Pouring for Beginners. There you can share your work or and get feedback from me and a bunch of other acrylic pouring artists. Special shout outs go to my co-admin Frosty Eye Candy and a few of the other artists in the group. Britta from Brit Clayton Designs, Sheldon from Shell Rock Art, Darren from Venom Fluid Art, Bridget, Christy, Neta, Surbi. There are so many lovely people in the group. You should come join us. This was G. I'll see you guys in the next video.